Hello, dearly beloved, and welcome to another episode of your favorite show, After the Movies, with the Mary Ayano. And I am so delighted to have you on the show today because I have some beautiful people with me, and I know you can't wait to see them. All right, this is where we have the drum rolls. Welcome on board. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the studio, sir and ma.
Thank you.
So, can we meet you? What do? You're going to tell us what you do, your relationship status, your everything you want us to know about you. So, ladies first, please.
Okay, so my name is Aritiba Buluatfejemima. I am an actor, script writer, and a public health specialist. Yes. So
okay. So, your marriage or marital status?
Okay, yes, single.
Single, searching, single, seriously single, single, engaged, single, married.
Single, I don't know.
All right, how about you, sir?
My name is Victor Damila Mohammed. I am an actor, federal minister. I'm an athlete also.
Okay, what kind of athlete?
Basketball player.
Oh, it's obvious with the legs. Okay, so I'm so pleased to have you both on board because you're like word and opposites. One is fair to behold, one is dark to behold, one is heightened and one is shortened, you know?
Wow.
Such a beautiful contrast. And they are both actors from the movie that we just watched, Red Flag. So I'd like to know your role, tell us your role, and we'll take it from there. So ladies first after men, this time around.
Okay, I played the role of Philip. Philip, yeah, is a guy that so much loves his mother, attached to his mother.
How about you?
I played Juliet, Philip's love interest.
Oh, love interest. That's sweet. Okay, so how was it for you assuming that role? How was it for you?
Juliet, the fact that everything that she's going through is quite emotional. And yes, I think I just had to go into that emotional part of myself to draw Juliet out. And I think Juliet is someone that is soft and emotional, if I can say so. It was just a bit, I just had to just go down to my emotional side and just get Juliet out. But above that, I think it was really nice playing Juliet. I mean, it's not every time we get to play that sort of a role, especially someone that is experiencing what Juliet is experiencing and having to just look on God for direction. So yeah, that's that for me.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah. So how about you? How does it feel assuming in real life? Are you a mommy's boy? And how does it feel for you to assume that role?
Okay, it was not difficult for me to assume the role. I love my mom. I can say
in the film or in real life?
In real life, I'm kind of close to my mom. I wouldn't say mommy's boy like that, but it's a good time. I'm a mommy's boy, but not to that extent. Then Philip in the movie is a calm person, collected. I'm calm naturally, so I could easily fit into the role without struggling so much. So that was it for me.
Okay. All right. So this question is to you, Ma. So in the movie, in real life, there are some in real life, there are certain red flags that when you see, you should flee. However, a mother-in-law that is a witch, does it not seem to be like a real red flag? Does it not seem to be like a real red flag?
Well, I think what the movie has taught us is to be able to distinguish between actual red flags and assignments. Yeah. Who told you the mother-in-law is a witch? How did you know? Did you attend their coven meeting? How did you know she's a witch?
But every act of witchcraft or witchery is a witch something.
Well, I think it's just misunderstanding and miscommunication.
Yeah. Don't you think it is like you opening your eyes and seeing a ditch and choosing to just go headlong into it? Because you are trying to side the witchcraft of the mother.
Yeah.
I think this is where the help of the Holy Spirit comes in, because it's supposed to guide us like you don't have eyes. like we are blindfolded. So sometimes it's just good to just go back and check. So you think she's a witch. When I say a witch, what has she done to you? And if it's that bad, I think one of the beautiful things the movie taught is it's okay to go back and ask again.
Yeah.
God, you said this at this time. Is that still what you are saying? Should I go ahead? Should I stop? Should we wait? Just instructions and directions. So I think that's it for me.
Okay, so as a person or as a young man, what would you say that when you see them, they are red flags for you in a relationship? Yeah. So what would you call red flags in your relationship?
Basically, for me, the first red flag is if a lady is not interested in things of God. When you raise matters concerning God, concerning the things related to God, and she's not showing interest, it's a red flag. I have to run away from that. Two is when a lady is too materialistic. I think I need to add too materialistic. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean by, sorry to interrupt, what do you mean by too materialistic?
Yeah.
So we can have a
balance.
Do you have something in your mind?
No, I just want to know, because too materialistic for him might not be too materialistic for another person.
Oh,
it's quite relative.
Okay, so
what do you
what
mean?
is, let's start from the basic thing. Materialistic in what way?
All right. You know, there are things you don't need, but there are things you just want. Now, if you can't control the desires you have for things that are like material things, like when you see, you're passing through, you see a shoe, you see a bag, you want it.
What about when
you go to a shop, all right? And then you don't plan to get that particular thing. Maybe you saw it on a lady, and like, I love this, I want to get it. You don't really need it, but because you saw it, now it accumulates like that. And then you tend to want to get every material things that you want. You know, it's not a sin, but that desire, if you can't control that desire, it's a bad thing. A lady should be a manager, a woman should be a manager. But most of the ladies we have today just want to acquire everything. They want to acquire the latest wig, the brand. Just want to acquire everything. It's not so good for a virtuous woman coming up. So I think if a lady is too materialistic, it's actually bad. I'm not saying that a guy should not provide for his lady. You know, it's a different thing.
Why you're pointing at me?
No, because of the question, you just have to state that so that
I just want us to have a clear
because,
view on what you mean.
Yeah, because I'm saying that doesn't mean you should be stingy or.
Okay, so we've gotten the first point. Second point, is there any other thing that stands as a red flag for you?
Modesty.
Okay.
If a lady is not modest in dressing, modest in speech, it's a red flag for me.
So you mean you don't like somebody that has low-key Agberu attitude?
No, it's not. It's not about being Agberu. There are times you show that you can talk, you can vibe. But when I get to a place, when I meet somebody, I might be quiet, I'm studying. So when I see too much, I like when my lady is reserved. When you can control your words, you can talk, you know when to say the right words, you know when to play, you know when to vibe. But not the person that is always vibing every time, no. For me, personally, it's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
And I like you, I'll just withdraw.
All right, so how about you, Ma?
Red flags for me. I think most of what he has said would work for mostly everyone. But one thing that is huge for me is communication. Because when you can't communicate, it ruins everything. Yeah. I like when people are able to communicate, and not just in a relationship, but just generally being able to communicate. Let me know what you are feeling, how you feel to a particular thing I have done. Don't just say, okay, I'm type of person to ask you, what's the meaning of everything?
That's very important.
If you make an eye, you just do your eye one kind, what does it mean? Because that's a body movement, but speak it, like say it, let me know what I'm trying to say. So when you're unable to express yourself, when you're unable to communicate, it's a huge red flag for me. Because I want to be able to know, I am not a mind reader, so I want to be able to know what is going on with you. You can't start acting all standoffish and you're like, you're not even asking me what's wrong with me. How I want to know if you're not telling me?
Well, what if the person is like, is he choleric now?
It's a skill you can learn.
Communication is a skill, not
that's why in the CV you see people write communication skills, hearing, active listening, and speaking. So the skill you can.
So that was just so beautiful. Thank you for speaking for all the women out there. Thank you so much. And so before we continue, there is this thing we want to do now, and the first person, like the fastest mouth, wins.
Okay.
Quote a Bible verse that talks about love. Your time starts
John
now.
3:16.
Okay, another Bible verse that talks about love. And
1 Corinthians 13:1. What does it say?
There was a cut, she forgot. Another Bible text that talks about love and sing.
Love and sing. Together.
Your time starts now. Yes,
Romans.
Together. Just tell the verse.
The text.
The text if you don't know the verse.
Okay.
One.
Okay.
Your time starts
Love
now.
and sing.
Yes.
Together.
Yes. Drama ministers. Yes. You can do it. Love cover it.
Love cover it.
This is for TMA. I want this part. All right. So before we continue, there's a question.
Okay.
And this is where I'll need you both to be hyper realistic. Remove yourself from Juliet and Philip's shoes. Okay, so a partner has a life-threatening health condition, say SS or HIV and AIDS or whatever.
When you say
not us, obviously. But then, so you are in the know now. Is that kind of health challenge, is it a red flag? Or just as you said earlier about red flags or assignments. So such a condition, does it stand as a red flag or an assignment? Mind you, it is highly contagious. So who wants to go first?
You can go first. Ladies after me.
At this point.
All right, sir.
Red flag. This is not a usual red flag. I think this should be there are certain things you consider when you're trying to get a life partner. You have to look at it. Can I manage this situation? It's not about red flag or this one is not a decision you make based on emotions. Can you manage it? You have to be realistic. Can you spiritually manage it? If it's not a thing that your spiritual capability can sustain, can you financially sustain it? Imagine a sickle cell. It takes a lot of treatments, it involves a lot of financial challenge. Can you manage it? So these are the things you have to consider. So if I now come to terms with all this, I can say, let me go ahead with this. But if I am not able to, you have to consider, I don't think because of love, I can just overlook, she's a sickle cell. Let me just overlook it.
But God made her. God made him or her.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just say because of love, you overlook it. You might love the person, but can you spiritually manage it? I have had a testimony where a person was sharing about how God ministered to him not to leave the wife because she was a sickle cell. And then I think he was AS.
Oh, okay.
And then the church was against it. People were like giving advice. But God was telling him specifically, he should go on with it. He's about to intervene. But I think after they got married, they did the test. The lady was okay.
Wow.
That was when I was in Kano State. The person shared the testimony, first-hand testimony. So if God is not telling you and you're going into it, you tell us who led you into that. So it's not a matter of emotion. You have to sit down. It's a life situation. You have to sit down and look at it critically if you can.
So now you're trying to say that if God tells you, then it's a green flag.
If God tells you, then it's a go ahead.
Despite all. All right, ma, what do you think, ma?
Wait, please.
Before we come, we will come back to you. We'll come back to you. So, what do you have to say about that?
I agree with what he said, 100%. But based on your last question, that if God says go ahead, what does that mean? We have to go ahead. I think that is when you have to ask yourself, just like he said, can you really do it? Because God saying it is one thing. You yourself, your strength, your weaknesses, can you persevere? Because it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had stories of women who had to take care of their husbands that maybe lost the functions of their limbs, and the woman has to take care of them. Now, that is when you really know it's not about love anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you committed? Exactly. Are you like 100% committed? Can you forge ahead? Can you persevere? Because, like I said, it's going to be hard. Most of these sicknesses drain your money. They drain your pocket. So can you really go ahead? What if the doctor advises that, oh, because of this person's sickness, it's advised that you don't get children. How do you feel? So
if God is saying go ahead, are you saying we can still doubt it again?
No, I'm not saying you should doubt it. Ask yourself, will you trust God? God has told you to go ahead. Do you trust God to give you the strength and the grace?
For me personally, that's what I don't do. Before I make a decision, I critically sit down. I might not even talk to anybody. I count the cost. And if God is not telling me to do something, there's no amount of voices I can hear. I don't change. I just go straight like that.
Yes,
I don't change about it.
Let's come to this point now. From what both of you have said, it is very important. The voice of God is that only voice that majorly, we know that when He says go, it means go, and you know He's backing you up rather. So when God says, just as He has said, and you've also agreed that when God says that, okay, yes, go ahead, I'm with you on this, it means that the necessary strength, wisdom, and help that you need for that season, God is able to supply it. So it is better to actually obey and see the works of the Lord, see the miracle of God, than pull out and be feeling that, look at him, he has not even had any crisis. Look at it now, there's treatment for HIV. Do you understand? And I know that beyond, because if we say God has said we should go, but I am not patient, I'm not sure I have the strength for it, am I saying I can actually say no to what God is telling me? Do you understand? Am I saying I can actually decide to do what I want to do against God's advice? Because it will look like God is advising you to go ahead. But when we are seeing it as though God says, yes, I'm with you on this, then it takes full trust. As a child, I know the Bible says, trust in the Lord in all your ways, acknowledge Him and He will make your path straight. It does not mean that the path is straight. It means that the path can be crooked, but He will make it straight. So if God is in the journey with you, if He's on that same journey with you, I know that no matter the crisis, you will land safe.
But I think that's for red flag, not
for red flag, for the assignment. Now that's what I'm talking about, for the assignment. I know a couple that they are very old now, and the one of them was SS and one was AA. So it's not even about children now. It's about the fact that, okay, will I be able to manage giving birth? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? What if I lose this? What if I lose that? But because the Lord said go, they have children now. And none of them is actually SS. So I know that when God gives instructions, some people's genotype might not change, but God can actually hold them up. He's able to keep. It's just like when the disciples were in the ship with Jesus and he was asleep. But because He was there with them, they were, although they were scared, when He said, peace be still, there was peace. So we know that when God is in the boat with us, we will definitely have safe landing. So that's about that
But
question.
the person has to figure out, is it a red flag or is it an assignment?
First. Yes, I think it brings us to the point that if God is saying go ahead, it is an assignment.
Yes.
It means God wants to work out that patience, perseverance, endurance, long suffering, faith, and everything in you. So that is that about that. Before we continue, this is our session where we have games, and it's going to be a +1 for anyone that wins.
Okay. Yeah. +1 already.
So no, I think you add half. I helped you with the balance. All right. So shall we? I'm going to give you this slip. Then you open it when I say open. Okay. When I say open, you open it. So you're going to pronounce correctly the words written in the slip. Are we ready? On my count. Open.
Mayonnaise.
Please tell us your own, man.
You know, this is the point where you second guess every single pronunciation, you know.
I don't want to think about it, so I just pronounce it immediately.
All right, let's hear you, ma.
Okay, so menace.
Sorry, I have to laugh like that. You actually know the correct pronunciation.
Yeah.
But because you doubted it, it's menace.
Menace.
Yeah. What did you say? Menace.
I said menace.
So it's not like menace, but it's like menace.
I just pronounce it the first way it's coming to my head. I just have to pronounce it.
So how do you pronounce it on a daily basis? This is a sentence.
Menace.
That boy is a menace.
If you're having a rapport, it's different, but we're trying to be formal.
All right. Okay, so hold this, ma.
Okay.
Another one?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess it's going to
on my count, open.
Basket.
I know this one too. Baskets.
Oh, correct. You're doing great.
Okay.
So
It can only get better.
I think it's easy because you can see them. I'm going to spell the next one. All right, please open.
It's mine is key. Features.
Yeah, fetus.
Okay, it's a fetus.
No, I didn't say features. It's features.
Okay, you
There's
both
a
correct.
gap.
I think you both got me. This one, I'm going to spell it. And I'm not going to spell it twice.
All right.
Bougie.
Boogie.
One.
Boogie.
Bougie.
Bougie.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Nah, she has been
won! I'm so
written out.
excited
She
I
has
won,
been written
actually. So if not, I would have won. All right. So before the last question, the last game for today, you are I don't know if you're still students, but you were once students.
We are students of
Yes,
life.
Whether you are
Life.
students of
Yeah,
life or
thank you.
students of Nigeria, you are going to sing the new national anthem of
Oh
your
my
country.
goodness.
I feel
All right.
bad.
Take one, take two, action. Sing it. Let's go.
What's the first thing?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I can try. Nigeria, we
Till the end. Let's go.
live.
Let's go.
All
All
right.
right.
No.
No. The lyrics.
My native land,
Uh-huh.
the tribe,
Can we phone a friend?
the tribe and tongues may differ.
Continue. You are just giving two. I'm giving you two. People should sing.
I'm getting some marks.
Ask
already.
the audience, please.
Let's
Are
pause
you
this
real
time, no?
citizens? If you are real citizens of this country, you should know the anthem of your.
I know
of your,
the anthem of my country.
Uh-huh.
What's
That's
the
what we say
country?
you should sing. Which country?
Arise, O come petrol.
Can you my own
Nigeria-
country?
No, that is my anthem.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Please go and learn it. We might cash out on it soon. You don't know.
Hopefully.
All right. So back to my question. So this question goes majorly to you first, then you contribute.
Okay.
So how do you handle red flags, or what can you spot as a red flag in parents or parents-in-law to be? Parents and parents-in-law to be. I know that you might not be so objective with parents, but let's say parents-in-law to be, right?
Yeah.
So how do you identify red flags from assignments? Or what are red flags from parents to be? Parents-in-laws to be.
That's very, 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 very technical, because you can't really categorically say that, oh, my mother-in-law is giving me red flags. You can't really, it's because, I don't know, that's a lot. I think it might not be red flags though, but what would just make me take a step back is when I notice that I'm not being accepted. Yes, I think that would just be it for me. It might, like I said, it might not actually be a red flag.
It's a red flag already.
It's a red flag.
What's the red flag?
What cuts it for you? Like what breaks the deal for you?
I know
it's a red
that's
flag, yeah.
It might not break it, but it might just make you just try to, watch out. You might not just. So, I'm big on family. I love my siblings, and the way my parents brought us up, we are a close-knit family. So I'm huge on that. So whenever it is, or if I notice my so-called partner's family is not like that, it gives me this kind of off feeling, because I always have this saying that you grew up with your family, you've known them for all of your life. And if you have an issue with them, you don't know me. You just knew me like some years ago. How do you want to deal with me?
Exactly.
So I know that some families are like might be bad or something, but like the good ones. So I don't know. Maybe we should answer for that. I feel like I'm rambling.
No, you're just being
Acceptance.
sincere and realistic. So acceptance is the major thing, because I'm trying to understand the fact that she's saying you can't really tell.
She's going to get more after we've spoken more. I think she's
Oh,
trying to
okay.
boot.
She's still trying to work. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So over to you now.
It's like she said, the first thing is acceptance. But I think we should be able to fight for love.
You want to fight your parents for the love, or which one? What do you want to fight?
Whichever way. And basically, the red flags should be coming from the other person's parents. That's the in-law.
Yes.
I
That's what
feel
she's
like-
saying. Like, she started with the fact that it might be difficult to point out tendencies from the other side, right? But acceptance is like a major thing for her. So do you think there is any other red flag that you might see in a parent-in-law to be?
The red flag that I feel can come from the in-law, that's the parent, it's if they are too difficult. And then if there are times on, I think I am a person that holds so much esteem about the values of God, like of Christ. So if they are too difficult, and I think their presence might affect my relationship with my wife or my spouse, like what they are doing, the kind of belief system they have might affect my spouse, then I think that's the major red flag for me. All other ones, I think I should be able to.
That was what I was going to add.
Okay.
That the family's belief and values also matters a lot. Imagine you go to visit your in-laws and they start speaking in some way or start saying some things and you're like, where are we? Are we are we outside or where are we exactly? So that really matters because these people will influence your children, you like it or not.
Definitely.
They influence your marriage. So what they believe in, their values, actually. But then again, I feel like it will also affect the person you want to marry now. So no, you go don't know, say their family get them one kind.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your insightful conversation. It was such a beautiful moment with you.
Thank you.
Don't worry, the next time we're coming on the show, we're going to be having Pastor Mrs. Wright talk to us about handling difficult in-laws. So I know she would be able to expound more on this subject matter to us as an experienced mother. So stay tuned and watch out earnestly for that episode. I know it's going to be a blessing to you. Thank you so much for coming today. So before we round off, do you have a word for our viewers? A word of advice or admonition or your love or your bias? This is the time to say your bias, actually.
By ladies first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I would like to leave you with these few words. There is nothing, absolutely nothing God cannot do. You just need to just ask him. There's no friend in this life like Jesus. There's no best friend like the Holy Spirit. You don't need any bestie. Holy Spirit is your bestie.
Hey.
No matter what you are going through, just call on him. He's right beside you. No matter what you've done, he's always there with you. It's just that we as humans we tend to run away when we are sold, but God is always there for us. So thank you.
And that's on period. God's always there for us. Thank you so much, Maya. How about you, sir? Your parting words?
Don't let it be deeper than my own.
I will try not to dig deep. So my parting words, the standard of God remains sure. It doesn't change. Romans 12 was encouraging us that we should not conform ourselves to the standard of the world. So at this particular time and season that we have a lot of standards people are bringing on to us. As a child of God, you have to just be deeply rooted and know that the standard of God remains firm. It doesn't change for no one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was such a beautiful moment with you in this studio today, and I'm so glad that you honored our invitation to be on the show today. Thank you so much, dearly beloved viewers. Thank you for watching till this very moment. And I remain your beautiful and your favorite host, the Mary Ayano, and it's still the show after the movie. Kindly subscribe to this channel, like, share, and comment under this video, and be a blessing to others as well. We love you. Bye.